the world looking for understanding of the times that we live in. Hunting and gathering first-hand information, challenging definitions of sin. I travel the world looking for lovers of the ultimate beauty, but never Celine. I am a wanderlust king.
Welcome back, world, to Angels with Scaly Wings. Last time, we met with Remy. And, talked about his past. Talked about our past. Made it clear that I want something more than just a friendship from him. This time, we're going to continue. But first, we're going to get some well-deserved rest. As we begin chapter 3. No, chapter 4. This is chapter 4. Okay. And right on the minute, you show up at this time every day like clockwork. Right, Sebastian? Clocks are reliable, and reliable is good in this line of work.
Because I am a clock.
Because, secretly, I am Nox from Wakfu. Anyway. Chief will explain everything on the way. Do I want to skip ahead? That's the real question.
Remember, it'll only go up to Bryce. Well, to the Maverick part.
Yeah, I know.
It's still...
Yes, I want to skip ahead.
Why are you waiting for me? Hi.
If anything with you there, we could possibly use you as a bargaining chip, blah blah blah. Shortly after they vanished, Maverick also turned to leave. Blah blah blah. Stuff. People called me over. So we have two options here. First is blah blah blah. I'll do it.
You go in. I don't think that's a good idea. So I missed something here. Okay. Hardly anything.
If it's that important to you, why don't you just watch it regardless? Are you suggesting I abandon my post during the fireworks? No. You don't have to abandon your post, but if you pick a good spot and watch them for like half an hour or so no one's going to care. Not so sure about that. The guard post is pretty important. I know we're talking about the portal, but you don't need to take it so seriously all the time. Just think about it. The portal's broken right now anyway, and everyone will be busy watching the fireworks. Nothing's going to happen. Suppose you have a point. Pick a good spot, and no one's even going to notice you're gone. Well, if you say so. Anyways, I should get back to the investigation now. I'll leave the stuff for you here. I'll take care of the rest once I get back, alright? Sure thing. Good luck. That time it didn't even give me the option to choose to tell him to stay away.
Because you've done it so many times. Alright. This is what you do here. Well, you don't have to, but yeah, go take the eggs to the hatchery. Or no, do the PDA first, then the eggs. Do it.
I'm also eating some crispy ass bacon. It's really fucking good.
You like it crispy?
I still like mine a bit limp.
I like mine crispy. As long as it's not chewy.
Oh, I hate mushy, chewy bacon.
Not fully mushy, just slightly.
I like it where it's like slightly bendy, but still has like that nice crisp taste to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm meaning.
I don't like straight up fucking microwaved bacon.
No, I don't like Mike Bacon.
That honestly sounds like it would be the best actor's name ever. Mike Bacon.
Mike Bacon?
Why? We already have Kevin Bacon.
He just needs to have a son named Mike.
We'll need to send him a letter.
Hello? Hello? It's Furea.
What's up, bitch? I'd say 99.9% done. What's up, bitch?
Oh, hello, Furea. What are you doing here? I came by to give you this. I was already at the library, but Amara refused me to let me drop it off there. I see. Hey, it's one of your PDAs. I told you one would find its way to me eventually. Yeah, now you can look at all the human knowledge you want. You have no idea how much I'm looking forward to that. I may not be working today, but I'm still going to check it out as soon as possible. I'm just going to leave it to you then. Thanks. Enjoy. You know, I can't help but feel, because I actually dropped off the PDA before and he was telling me not to come in, that it wasn't a good time.
Maybe that was when he was about to do it.
Yeah. 2 and 2 together equals 4.
That's when you'd actually get the scene if you didn't say you were a friend or something more.
I guess so.
No, that is it. That is it. That's when you would get the scene. Alright, let's do the eggs.
Take the eggs to the hatchery. Never pass up a chance to meet with a dean. But always pass up this asshole. Kevin, you were only good for the achievement, nothing more. Well, here we are again. It's always such a pleasure. Hey, Furea, right? What are you doing here? Oh, I just came by to drop these off. Drop what off? The stolen eggs. Figured the hatchery would want them back. Oh, I was actually going to get those from the police department later. I'm so glad that they got back safely. Emily, stop chewing my leg! It's tasty! Oh, well. Anyway, I was about to go inside, so I'll take those off your hands. Thanks for bringing them here. No problem. Dean, wait for me! Good job, Furea. Looks like you took my advice. Yeah, Dean and I had a good long talk. And now here we are. I'm glad we did. It was long overdue.
Hello, Vara.
I knew this was going to be the outcome because the symbol for the achievement I got when I followed Vara was also in that text box when I told him to think about adoption. Smart. Vara, do you know who that is, She doesn't talk much. Yeah, I noticed. It's not unusual for someone who's had a rough life like hers. She's definitely listening, though. Isn't that right?
I think we should go inside.
Yeah, probably. We'll see you some other time, Furea.
Thanks for coming.
Yay!
And we finally are able to help Vara. Am I right, or am I fucking right?
Finally.
Wonder if
I
Vara
think
popped up.
if Vara has a place on the fucking title screen, now we should have it.
See you.
And seriously, she's far more
Well, I'm not
fucking
gonna say
relevant
see
to
ya.
everything than
Just gonna
fucking
say
Kevin.
Field goal! He stubbed his toe.
Should I cook something or order out? How about I get knocked out?
You gonna knock the fuck out, man. But then again, that meme is old as the hills.
Oh god, the lag is horrible. Hang on, everybody, I need to fix this.
Doping.
Up. Feed went down.
I took it down. I actually was just resetting it because it started lagging me out a shit ton. Yes, I want to skip ahead.
Perhaps I should also set mine as well.
Or my internet can go down. Yeah, sure, no, that's... Fuck it. You guys there? I will suggest not. One sec. I gotta get everybody back. Okay, we're
Yay.
back. I seem to have fixed everything.
Yay!
Yes, I want to skip ahead. Seems nothing for me to do this morning. They don't need me at the police department. Got some messages. Let's see. Hello, this is Remy. I just wanted to remind you about the summer festival. It will start any day now, so I hope you can make it. It would be nice to go there with you. I'm not sure how you feel about this, but I usually try to avoid the crowds. In any case, please let me know if you want to go. Summer festival, huh? Let's meet with Remy.
Yes.
Oh, that must be him. Remy? What is that on your face?
He's all girly now.
Don't you know what it is? Well, it looks like lipstick, but I didn't know that was a thing here. You're right, it is lipstick. It's not something that existed in this world before, though. How'd you get some, then? I have one of your PDAs, remember? I studied it and came across the entry on lipstick. Based on the necessary ingredients, I realized I could make some myself, so I did. Did you do this to look pretty for me? I just figured you miss these kind of things. Things that are normal for you.
Not quite. Not quite normal.
I can't fucking take this seriously.
It hasn't really actually been normal back home in quite a while. Lipstick isn't common these days.
Yeah, no. Didn't the entry specify that it's typically used by females? Now that you mention it, I did get that impression, but I found the sentiment a bit puzzling. Why would a product like this only be used by one gender? Well, I guess social norms dictated that certain traits are only desirable in one gender, thus highlighting them like this would increase the attractiveness. Oh, I think I get it now. It's all based on sexual dimorphism. The biological differences between the sexes are much greater in your species than it is in ours, so I suppose the traits you are looking for can be different too. Generally speaking, sexual dimorphism is much greater in mammals than it is in reptiles. While it can vary wildly by species, external indicators are pretty much always present, like mammaries, for example. An always present and often obvious reminder.
Yes, we know
This
about
this makes so much more sense now. It's kind of embarrassing. Should I get rid of it?
No. No, it doesn't matter which one you choose. But go ahead and say no. Say no. Say no.
Yes.
Say no.
Yes.
No. Go ahead. Choose what you want.
This is fucking awkward. Yeah, it doesn't really look nice on you. Oh, sorry. Here, that should do it. Shall we go then? Actually,
Aw, you should have said no.
Actually, it seems we're pretty early. They are probably still setting up. I see. Well, we could just stay here in the meantime. Oh, for sure. I just realized I haven't actually been in here since I prepared the apartment for you. Have you read any of the books I got you? Oh, so you're the one who stocked the books for who stocked the bookshelf. They're all library books. I wanted to provide you with a good sample of what we have to offer, so there should be something in there for anyone. Looks like you've read a few books in the Sheridan series.
I just wasn't in the mood for anything more complex.
They're pretty interesting.
I wasn't in the mood for anything more complex.
Stop trying to dictate me! Usually I wouldn't mind reading something like this, but sometimes I'm just not in the mood for anything more complex. Oh, I understand. Everyone has their guilty pleasures. Can I offer you some food or drink? I've barely used any of the stuff in the kitchen. Why not? I didn't want to touch anything that at least didn't resemble something I know. After all, I have no idea how to prepare them right or even know if they're safe for me to eat. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to get you all those perishables then. I wanted to provide you with a bit of everything considering I had to prepare the apartment for someone I didn't really know much about. Oh, some of them were good. It's interesting to taste the subtle and sometimes not so subtle differences in the similar fruits we have back at home. Did you throw anything out? Not really. Why do you ask? You've been here for nearly 2 weeks now, so some of them were safe for you to eat, so they probably aren't anymore. Let me clean out your closet. We don't want to have any health hazards for you here, after all. Well, feel free. Just look at this! He showed me a juicy-looking, vaguely spherical fruit whose bright red color was unlike any other fruit I had ever seen. It's a very bright red. I don't think even our best apples could compare. Well, they're usually blue. Red means you're supposed to throw them away as they have expired by then and toxins might have already set in. Oh, well, I wasn't planning on eating it anyway. Or this one! It's all moldy! I don't see any mold. Don't you see these spots? Sure, but if that's supposed to be mold, it looks very different from the mold we have back home. I see. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to stock up on perishables. I didn't consider all the implications of doing something like this. Had you eaten the wrong thing, you could be in the hospital right now. Don't stress yourself out about it. Honestly, someone would have to be pretty reckless to just go ahead and start munching on things they don't know about. If anyone was smart enough to be sent here, they probably wouldn't take a risk like that.
And you drank the mystery liquid.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. By the way, did you see a container of mystery liquid in here? It was sort of semen. I sort of jacked off in this room before I decided to leave. Couldn't find anywhere else to put it.
Or that white potion Twilight drank that one episode.
Really, you're bringing MLP into this?
My dog is going crazy.
A bottle of white liquid. Nevertheless, I better get rid of everything that's past its date.
Nevertheless, I better get rid of everything that's past its date. We don't really want the mold in the air either. If you say so. Once more, he dove into the closet. I heard him rummaging around as he checked the fruits and vegetables thoroughly. That should be everything. Thanks. I bet the wine didn't go bad, though. Do you want some? I'm not really a big fan of wine. How come? I just can't enjoy it as some others do. I suppose I'm willing to try anything at least once, though. Anything? Well, at least as far as food and drinks are concerned.
Let's try some together then.
Let's try some together then, man. Well, if you want to. Sure. What kind of wine is this anyway? I'm not sure. I just grabbed it with. I got all the other stuff. Don't tell me you just went for the cheapest one. Of course not. Everyone knows that you don't buy the cheapest stuff. You go for the second cheapest. Oh, well. What kind of container should I get for you anyway? We're having wine, so let's go for wine glasses. The stem actually makes it possible for me to grip it with my vestigial thumb. So there shouldn't be any problems.
Vestigial, yep.
Alright. Here you go. What shall we drink to?
A wonderful friendship.
A wonderful friendship. Whatever.
Do whatever then.
A wonderful friendship. Alright, to a wonderful friendship. Took a sip from my wine glass. Remy hadn't really been kidding about the second cheapest bottle, because that is exactly what it tasted like. How do you like it? Must be an acquired taste, I think. How about you?
It's bad.
It's bad. I'm not surprised you don't like it either. Maybe I should buy the third cheapest next time. Maybe. Just look at the time. I think we could start heading to the festival now. Sure, let's go. This is strange. Usually there'd be a crowd by now. Do you think they canceled it? With Reza still being out there, maybe they thought it was a good idea to have a public spectacle like this. Cancel the summer festival? Inconceivable. Doesn't really look like a festival is going on right now, though. I don't know what's going on. I think I know this guy. Let's go and ask him. Hey, Furea. How can I help you? We were just planning on going to the festival, but it doesn't seem like there's much going on here yet. You came to the right place, but the festival is not starting for another hour at least. What? But the festival has always started at this time. You must have missed the memo then. They moved it by an hour, something about the daylight and making the fireworks more visible as a result. Well, that's a shame. And I'm getting kind of hungry too. I can help you with that. What are you selling? Skewers, meatballs. All kinds of grilled things, really. Well, I could go for some meatballs. How about you?
Meatballs.
Give me your balls! I mean meatballs.
Oh, jeez. Oh, is that a reference for him?
Yeah, Zong likes cheese.
Yeah, I know.
No problem. Okay, so, God damn it, these fucking voices are fucking killing my throat. No problem. Just let me pack these up for you. I guess this makes us your first customers of the day. What do I owe you? For you too, it's free. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Have fun at the festival. thanks. So what do we do now? Should we go back? Well, we're already here and got all this stuff. Let's just sit down somewhere. Sure. We went off to the side as more dragons arrived and started setting up their various booths. How are the meatballs? They're actually pretty good. How about your stuff? It's great. I'm surprised, honestly. You never know with stuff that comes out of food carts. You're right. Maybe we got lucky. Or maybe because it's still fresh. Who knows? What was that about fireworks, though? Is the big show coming up later? Oh no, the festival is just getting started and there are fireworks every day. But the big show is what everyone wants to see. That one is happening in a few days. It officially concludes the festivities. I see. A while later, the festival had kicked off and crowds were already coming in. Dragons of all shapes and colors filled the paths, ready to see the sights of the festival had to offer. Booths lined both sides of the way. It reminded me a lot of a typical carnival setup, with the booths being filled with shops, food stands, games, and much more. Seems the festival has already started. Let's go. You know what? How about we just stay here? I really don't like crowds. I've seen the festival so many times already, I'd rather just stay here with you. Thought you wanted to show me around, but I suppose we can just stay here if you'd prefer that. The main attraction is always the big fireworks show at the end of the festival. And that one's not gonna happen today anyway. So why'd we come here in the first place then? Is something wrong? I just had to realize that as nice as it is right now, you'll have to leave this world again eventually. I've been alone for such a long time now, I didn't even have a single friend. In my job, I always have to smile even when serving the customers. How could I be surrounded by people all the time yet feel so alone? All those people have their own lives, families, friends, and relationships, yet I had none of that. In a world where everyone else seemed to be happy, I was the odd one out who had to pretend in order to belong. How could that not have eaten away at me day after day? Yet, one day I heard about the plans of humans coming here. Like many others, I was very excited at the prospect of our myths coming true. And then, the day came when Reza stepped through the portal, amidst all the pomp and fanfare you could imagine. It was quite a sight to behold, really. You wouldn't believe how much joy I felt during that moment. Amara, of course, took the limelight as she could. First, there was a big speech in front of a huge crowd, then a procession after she had officially welcomed Reza. When it was time for you to arrive, and it was decided that it wouldn't be a public event this time due to security concerns, I knew that Amara wasn't going to be there if she wasn't able to make it all about herself. I begged her to let me do it, just to be able to get this close to a human at least once, to talk to them and see what they're like, to experience them. She told me that if I did a few favors for her, I could be the one to greet you. I knew that she wasn't going to be there anyway, but if I didn't do what she wanted, she would have just sent some other lackey instead. So I did everything she asked for. She did keep her word though, and in the end, I was the one who would introduce you to this little world of ours. It might not have all seemed like much to you, but with just two of us and no one else being there, it was something very special for me. It was not just some public spectacle like the summer festival or Reza's arrival, but for the first time in so long, it felt like that moment was about you and me and no one else. For someone in my position, it just made me very happy to have such an extraordinary thing happen to me. Of course, I was very curious to see how much our myths would line up with reality, and I was even more overjoyed when you visited me at the library. When you accepted my invitation and came into my home, I was just glad to have you there. It seemed like you wanted to be there and weren't just someone out to use me in some way. I began to feel hope. When I met you in the park, I think the only reason I could tell you everything about myself, because I knew you were going to leave again eventually. And now, after all of this, I can hardly believe you're still here with me. Why wouldn't I be? You're just so nice to me. Yet, even after the time I've got to spend with you, it seems that soon I'll have to let you go again. At least I got to know you. And thanks to you, I was able to reconnect with Adine. Now it just seems so petty to not have spoken with her for such a long time. All those times when I felt alone and depressed, I really was only a phone call away from someone who still cared about me. But now that you have, this also means that your worst times are over. You're not alone anymore. That is true. To some people, it may not matter much if they have one friend or more or less. But, you know what makes the biggest difference? Having one when you didn't used to. We even went to the orphanage together some time ago to help with the kids there. It seems like one of them has taken quite a liking to me. That sounds lovely. Her name is Vara, and she... Vara? I remembered her. You know about her then? It's such a sad story. But enough about me. What will you do once you get back to your own world again? I'm not sure. I don't even know what will happen to me when I return. These last few days, a lot of things have happened that changed my perspective on what I'm doing here. Reza and those who sent me. Is that a bad thing? I don't know yet. At the very least, though, I can say that I've done what I believed was right. You should be careful with rhetoric like that.
Rick.
What do you mean? That kind of talk makes it very easy to justify any means when it serves the right cause, whatever that may be. The more important thing is, have you done anything that you might regret? No matter what you think, keep in mind that you may be held accountable for your actions by others or even yourself. Don't just do something because you think it's for the right reasons. Do it when you are aware of the possible consequences as well. You're right. I have no way of knowing what my actions here will amount to once I return. Do you really wish to go back to your own world? If I didn't, it would only serve to strain the relationship we've been trying to build with your people here, which is something that could be elementary for our survival. Besides, I didn't do it for those who ran over the city back home or those who might have wanted to betray me. Let's not forget that even under the worst regimes, there are just normal people trying to survive too. If I have the power to make a difference for them, would it be right for me to just leave them be in order to seek my own happiness? That's exactly the kind of thing you were talking about, right? In the end, we all have to make our own decisions. If I leave them behind, then I leave them to people like Reza and those who sent me here. What would you want to do? Overthrow them? I don't really have the complete picture myself right now. How could I even consider what to do, given what I know? What I do know, though, is that if I don't do what they expect of me, there will be consequences. Maybe you'll just have to wait and see. It's not an option right now. Reza's still out there, armed and dangerous. Don't you think that's a matter better left to our police force? It could be very dangerous for you to interfere. It's far too late to reconsider. I've already been tangled up with this too much. Besides, can't stop now. Don't forget how many he has killed already. He won't hesitate to do so again in order to reach his goal. In the end, it's my duty to stop him. If I don't, how would your people look at humanity? How could I face you again knowing that my negligence could cause suffering and loss for others here if I just stopped now? I wish I could be as brave as you. I don't think bravery has anything to do with it. You must be stopped one way or another. I know. Just be careful, alright? I'll try. You've been here for a while now. How about I walk you back to your apartment? What about the festival? Well, if you still want to go, we could watch the big fireworks show together in a few days. That's an idea. Alright, let's do that. I watched Remy as he got up again, stretching himself in a way that reminded me of a cat before we prepared to leave again. Oh, you're still here. How's business? As expected. People always get hungry at these events eventually. Can I offer you some more meatballs? No thanks. I'm quite full from my earlier helping. How about you, Furea? Tempting offer, but we're just about to call it a day. I see. Are you going to watch the big fireworks at the end of the festival? That's the plan. Be sure not to miss it. You haven't seen anything until you've seen the fireworks. That's what everyone keeps telling me. Because it's true. Anyway, we should probably get going. Have a good day then. You too. And here we are again. Indeed. Did you want me to clean out my bathroom cabinet as well or something? That's a good one. He gave a big sigh. You know how I feel. I guess I just wanted to make the most of this day. Speaking of which, I've never actually seen you without your tie. Well, actually... How about now? You're pretty cute, you know that? Is that just a term of endearment, or are you actually serious? I'm serious. He looked at me, hesitating. Then he took a step forward, his head slowly moving closer to my own. Aww.
He wants to kiss you.
Look away! I like how you can just fuck it up at this moment. Fuck it, I'm kissing him. We met and my arms enveloped his neck as our lips touched. For a few seconds we were closer than ever before. During the kiss, he used a lot more tongue than I expected. Just after we parted, he finished by giving me a small lick on the cheek. How was that? Unique, that's for sure. Maybe I shouldn't wear the tie anymore if this is what happens when I take it off. Actually, I think you should keep it. Really? Yeah, it looks good on you. Well, if you say so. Anyway, it's getting really late, so I should probably get going now. Don't forget about the fireworks. Oh, for sure. I'll see you then. Until we meet again. Thank you for everything.
We kissed a dragon! And fucked 2 others.
And scrubbed one.
Yeah.
In the whole grand scheme of things, we fucked 2, learned 1 was a hermaphrodite, gave 1 a shower, and kissed the final one.
What a day.
All in a day's work. Next time, boys and girls, we will choke on a hash brown, apparently. Next time, we will see Remy's ending.
Hey!
And the cats are becoming active. I don't know, since I've been doing Remy's voice for so long, my voice kind of just wants to curve back into it. Which sucks.
Well, you don't want Remy's voice?
I'm not Remy.
No, that's Ratatouille.
Anyway, we'll see you guys then. Punch that like button or give it a thumbs up, whatever you like to refer to it as. Slam that damn subscribe button if you have not yet already to subscribe to my channel so you can see all the content that I put out when I put it out there. See you guys in the next episode. Hope you've enjoyed.